Welcome to my channel. For your health, don't forget to click to subscribe. Men over 60 years old, erections are getting weaker and weaker. Perhaps the foods you eat are quietly destroying it. Have you found recently that the erection that was once strong has become like a deflated ball? Obviously, there is no serious illness in the body, but it falls off the chain at the critical moment, and even morning erection has become a luxury. Many people blame this on age, thinking that this is how it should be when you get old. But as a doctor who has been dealing with male physiological structure for more than 30 years, I want to tell you an amazing truth. The food you eat every day may be the invisible killer that destroys male power. Especially for men over 60 years old, the relationship between diet and sexual health is closer than you think. Today's article will completely subvert your perception of aging and erection and help you regain your lost confidence. 1. Why is blood flow the lifeline of erection? When Mr. Wang, who was in his 60s, said to me with a bitter face, "Doctor, am I going to die in this life?" I did not rush to ask him about his hormone level or stress condition, but asked him a question first. Have you ever thought that the essence of erection is actually a blood carnival? 1. The ignored truth: erection is the credit of blood vessels. Many people think that erection is only related to desire, but they don't know that vascular health is the core. Under normal circumstances, when men are sexually stimulated, the brain will send a signal to rapidly expand the arteries in the penis, and blood will flow into the cavernous body like a tide, causing it to swell and harden. This is like inflating a balloon. The smoother the blood vessels, the fuller the balloon. Once there is a problem with the blood vessels, such as narrowing and decreased elasticity, blood flow will be blocked, and the erection will naturally become weak, difficult to maintain, or even completely unable to erect. Medical data support. Studies have shown that more than 70% of erectile dysfunction, ED, in middle-aged and elderly men is related to vascular lesions, especially atherosclerosis. When the inner diameter of the blood vessels supplying the penis is less than 2, the blood flow rate will drop by more than 40, directly leading to weak erections. 2. Why are blood vessels prone to traffic jams in old age? Decades of eating habits and lifestyles have actually been laying mines for blood vessels. Processed food traps, long-term consumption of high salt, high sugar, and high oil foods such as hamburgers, French fries, and pickled meats will gradually accumulate fat and cholesterol in the blood vessel walls, forming plaques, just like scale in the water pipes. And the water flow is getting smaller and smaller. Take the common breakfast as an example. In the combination of fried dough sticks and pickles, one fried dough stick contains about 15 grams of oil, and a bag of pickles contains more than 3 grams of sodium. Long-term consumption will reduce the elasticity of the blood vessel wall by more than 30. Harm of long-term sitting: lack of exercise leads to slower blood circulation and poorer blood vessel elasticity. Especially for people who sit for a long time to work or watch TV, pelvic blood circulation is more likely to be blocked. Data show that people who sit for more than 8 hours a day have a 40% increased risk of lower limb venous thrombosis, and the pelvic blood vessels are connected to the lower limb blood vessels and are also affected. Double attack of stress and age: the older you are, the weaker the repairability of vascular endothelial cells. Coupled with long-term stress, the body will secrete more stress hormones, such as adrenaline, further damaging blood vessels. Among men over 60 years old, those who are under high pressure for a long time have a decline in vascular endothelial function twice as fast as ordinary people. 3. A reversal case: the rebirth of a 67-year-old retired teacher. I once met a 67-year-old retired teacher, Lao Li. After retirement, he almost gave up all meat and ate vegetarian food every day, but found that he was getting less and less energetic and his erection was getting worse. He once thought that this is how life should be in old age, until he adjusted his diet and improved his vascular health. He actually regained his morning erection. Details restoration. When Lao Li first came to the clinic, he was pale and spoke weakly. The physical examination report showed that his hemoglobin concentration was 105 gl. Normal men should be 130 gl. Serum testosterone level was 1.8 ml. Normal should be 3.5 ml. And vascular ultrasound showed that the blood flow velocity of the penile artery was only 25 cms. Normal should be 35 cms. I suggested that he eat grass-fed beef 3 times a week, 150 grams each time, with rockets, allied and pumpkin seeds, and walk for 40 minutes every day. After a follow-up examination 3 months later, hemoglobin rose to 128 gl, testosterone to 9 ml, blood flow velocity 32 cms, and the frequency of morning erections increased from once a week to 3 times. 2. Demonized red meat. Grass-fed beef is actually a hormone restorer. Doctor, I heard that eating too much red meat hurts blood vessels. Is it true? This is a common question from many older patients. But they don't know that eating the right red meat can save erectile function. The key lies in the word grass-fed. 1. Why does ordinary beef in supermarkets not work? Most beef on the market comes from captive beef cattle. These cattle are fed with feed since childhood, and the saturated fatty acid content in their fat is high. Long-term consumption may indeed increase cholesterol. But grass-fed beef is completely different. Cattle forage freely on the grassland, eat natural grass, and the meat is rich in nutrients that are beneficial to the human body, such as zinc. It is a catalyst for the synthesis of testosterone. The decline in testosterone levels is an important reason for men's loss of libido and weak erections after the age of 60. Every 100 grams of grass-fed beef contains about 4.8 mg of zinc, which is equivalent to 32 of the daily requirement of adults. Zinc is not only involved in testosterone synthesis, but also enhances sperm motility. Studies have shown that men with zinc deficiency have testosterone levels 20-30 lower than normal people. Heme iron. It is more easily absorbed by the human body than iron in plant foods. It can help red blood cells transport oxygen and nutrients to penile tissue, making erections more powerful. The absorption rate of heme iron can reach 25, while the absorption rate of non-heme iron in spinach is only 5. Conjugated linoleic acid CLA. This is a fatty acid unique to grass-fed beef. It has anti-antioxidant effects, can reduce inflammatory response of blood vessel walls, and reduce the risk of arteriosclerosis. To the personal experience of a 70-year-old patient, quitting red meat is not working. 72-year-old Lao Chen was a vegetarian. He believed that not eating red meat could protect the heart. As a result, in less than half a year, he found himself exhausted all day long. Even climbing stairs was difficult, not to mention sex. After examination, it was found that his testosterone level was nearly half lower than that of his peers, and the indicators of zinc and iron were also seriously insufficient. Diet adjustment details. Week 1. Add 100 grams of braised grass-fed beef to lunch every day, with brown rice and broccoli. Week 2. Increase to 150 grams. Cook in olive oil medium rare, with a slice of raw cheese 20 grams, rich in vitamin K2. Week 4. Eat beef 3 times a week, and eat 20 grams of pumpkin seeds every day. 1 month later, Lao Chen's morning erection was restored and his sexual desire improved significantly. What's more surprising is that his blood pressure dropped from 150/90 Hg to 135/85 Hg. Because the potassium in grass-fed beef 280 mg per 100 grams helps regulate the sodium-potassium balance in the body. 3. The right way to eat beef. Avoid 3 pitfalls. Refuse processed meat. Processed meats such as sausages, bacon, and beef jerky contain nitrites and preservatives, which are extremely harmful to blood vessels. Take a 100-gram grilled sausage as an example. Its nitrite content can reach 30 mg, which is equivalent to 60 of the human body's daily safe intake. Control the cooking temperature. Frying and grilling will cause beef to produce carcinogens, such as heterocyclocaminase H, Cs and polycycloaromatic hydrocarbons PAHs. It is recommended to control the cooking temperature below 160, such as boiling, steaming or of unbaking, 180, 20 minutes. Pair with foods rich in vitamin C. The iron in beef is non-heme iron. Pairing with foods rich in vitamin C such as oranges and kiwis can increase the iron absorption rate by more than 3 times. 3. Blood vessel scavenger. In the vegetable market, why arugula improves erection. When entering the vegetable market, many people will go straight to spinach and lettuce, but ignore the inconspicuous arugula in the corner. This vegetable with spicy leaves is actually a natural blood flow promoter. 1. The underestimated nitrate bomb. Arugula looks ordinary, but it hides a secret weapon: natural nitrate, not the artificial nitrate in processed meat. When we eat it, nitrate will be converted into nitroxide in the body. This thing is like a relaxant for blood vessels, which can relax vascular smooth muscle, increase the diameter of the tube, and blood can flow more smoothly. Detailed explanation of the mechanism of action. Nitrate oral bacterium, id right blood nitroxide activation of gonlate cyclase increase of CGMP in vascular smooth muscle cells, smooth muscle relaxation vasodilatina. In this process, the salivary flora in the mouth plays a key role, so it is recommended to chew more when eating arugula to allow the saliva to mix fully and promote nitrate conversion. To the 2-week miracle of retired veterans. When the 65-year-old retired Navy Lao Zheng found me, he smiled bitterly and said, "I haven't been hard for several years, and I thought it would be like this in my life." He tried many methods, but he was afraid of side effects of taking medicine and couldn't stick to exercise. I asked him to start with diet, eating a rocket salad for lunch every day, 100 grams of fresh rocket, drizzled with a spoonful of olive oil, squeezed with lemon juice, and sprinkled with a little black pepper. Effect tracking. Day 3, Lao Zhan felt more energetic in the afternoon than usual, and was not so easy to fall asleep at work. Day 7, there was a weak feeling of morning erection. Although it was not firm, he was very excited about the reaction that he had not seen in many years. Day 14, he sent me a WeChat message: "Doctor, I was with my wife last night, and I was able to get an erection. Although it didn't last long, it was the first time in a few years." 3. Hidden way to eat rocket. Eating it this way will double the effect. Paired with garlic, the sulfur compounds in garlic can enhance the effect of nitric oxide. It is recommended to add 1-2 cloves of crushed raw garlic to rocket salad, mixed with other high nitrate vegetables, beetroot, lettuce, celery, etc. are also rich in nitrates. Eating them with rocket can form a nitrate combination punch. For example, mix arugula, beetroot, and lettuce in a ratio of 211 to make vegetable juice. Storage is important. After buying arugula home, wrap the roots with wet paper towels and put them in a fresh keeping bag for refrigeration. It can be stored for up to 3 days. Nitrates will be converted into nitrites harmful after that time. For the forgotten mineral treasure trove. How can pumpkin seeds save weakness? Many people throw away the seeds when eating pumpkins, but they don't know that these small seeds are the sexual happiness code for men over 60 years old. 1. A pumpkin seed, a gift package of multiple nutrients. Although pumpkin seeds are small, they are very dense in nutrition. Magnesium, it is called a vascular relaxant that can help vascular smooth muscle relax and improve blood circulation. Studies have found that more than 50 of men over 60 years old do not have enough magnesium intake, and every 100 grams of pumpkin seeds contains about 260 mg of magnesium, which is equivalent to 66 of the daily requirement. Magnesium can also regulate neuromuscular excitability and relieve muscle tension during erection. Zinc, in addition to beef, Pumpkin seeds are also a high-quality source of zinc, containing about 7.1 mg of zinc per 100 grams, which can support testosterone secretion and protect prostate health. Zinc is particularly important for the prostate. Zinc deficiency can lead to prostate tissue hyperplasia, compress the urethra, and affect erection. Omega-3 fatty acids. Every 100 grams of pumpkin seeds contains about 1.5 grams of omega-3, which can reduce blood viscosity, prevent thrombosis, and make blood flow smoother. To the energy return of a 72-year-old grandfather. Lao Shu is a 72-year-old grandfather who is often unable to take care of his grandson, not to mention the intimate life with his wife. He always said that he was old and tired, until he was found to be seriously deficient in magnesium and zinc. Nutritional supplement plan. Breakfast, add 30 grams of pumpkin seeds to oatmeal. Lunch, sprinkle 10 grams of pumpkin seeds on salad. After dinner, eat 20 grams of raw pumpkin seeds as a snack. After a month, Lao Shu's fatigue was significantly reduced, and his morning erections became regular. More surprisingly, his constipation problem for many years also improved. This is because the dietary fiber in pumpkin seeds 11.6 grams per 100 grams promotes intestinal peristalsis. Points to note: when eating pumpkin seeds, do not bake at a temperature higher than 120. High temperature will destroy the omega-3 and vitamin E in pumpkin seeds. It is recommended to dry fry them in a pan over low heat, or eat them raw directly. Pair with raisins. Raisins are rich in potassium, which synergizes with the magnesium in pumpkin seeds to better regulate blood pressure. Eating 20 grams of pumpkin seeds, 10 grams of raisins every day can improve the blood pressure lowering effect by 40 compared to eating pumpkin seeds alone. Special groups should be careful when eating pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds have a high fat content. People who have undergone gallbladder removal and those with indigestion are advised to eat them in small amounts, no more than 15 grams per day, or grind them into powder and add them to food. The neglected sunshine vitamin. How does D3 ignite male vitality? Many people know that calcium supplements require vitamin D, but few people know how much impact vitamin D3, known as the sunshine vitamin, has on male sexual health. 1. D3, the magical chain from sunshine to erection. Vitamin D3 is mainly synthesized through skin contact with sunlight, and its role in the body far exceeds calcium supplementation. Regulate testosterone levels. Studies have shown that men with low vitamin D3 levels generally have lower testosterone concentrations. After supplementing with D3, the testosterone levels of some men can be increased by 15-20. In a study of men over 60 years old, supplementing with 3,000 IU of vitamin D3 per day increased serum testosterone by an average of 0.8 ml after 12 weeks. Improving vascular function. D3 can reduce vascular inflammation, promote nitric oxide production, and make blood vessels more elastic. People who lack D3 have a 3 times higher incidence of endothelial dysfunction than normal people. Enhancing sexual desire. D3 can act on sex hormone receptors in the brain and directly affect sexual desire. Clinical observations have found that after supplementing with D3, about 60% of men reported improved sexual desire. To the accidental discovery of a 65-year-old melon farmer. 65-year-old Lao Wu is a melon farmer who works in the fields all year round. He should not lack sunlight, but he always feels weak and has a bad erection. After examination, it was found that his vitamin D3 level was actually lower than normal. It turned out that in order to protect himself from the sun, he always wore long sleeves and long pants and a big straw hat, and the area of his skin exposed to the sun was too small. Improvement plan. Summer, wear short-sleeved shirts and shorts and sunbathe outdoors for 20 minutes from 1100 am to 100 pm every day. Face, arms and calves exposed. Winter. Take 5,000 IU vitamin D3 capsules every day and eat salmon twice a week 150 g time. 3 months later, Mr. Wu's D3 level increased from 16 nml, normal should be 30 nml, to 32 nml. Morning erections were restored, and the quality of his sexual life was significantly improved. 3. The right way to supplement D3. Don't step on these 2 pitfalls. Sunbathing pays attention to skin color. Fair skin, 10-15 minutes. Medium skin, 15-25 minutes. Dark skin, 25-35 minutes. Be careful to avoid strong midday light 12-14 o'clock to avoid sunburn. Choose D3K2 as a supplement. Supplementing D3 alone may cause calcium deposition in blood vessels, while K2 can guide calcium to bones, so it is best to choose a supplement that combines D3 and K2. Recommended dose, 5,000-8,000 IU per day. Taken with meals. Fat promotes absorption. 6. Make sex happiness food into 3 meals. Scientific recipes make erections stronger. Knowing that these foods are good, how can we eat them to be both convenient and effective? Here is a set of matching principles and specific recipes for erection health meals. Men over 60 years old can follow them and slowly get back to their normal state. 1. Golden matching principle. 5 types of food are indispensable. High-quality protein, grass-fed beef, deep-sea fish, salmon, mackerel, eggs, tofu provide key nutrients, such as zinc and iron, and it is recommended to consume 1 to 15 grams per kilogram of body weight per day. High-nitrate vegetables, arugula, lettuce, beetroot, celery, promote nitric oxide production, at least 200 grams per day. Mineral seeds, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, supplement magnesium, zinc and other happiness minerals, 30-50 grams per day. Vitamin D3 sources, sunbathing, deep-sea fish, fortified milk, 400-800 IU per day. Dietary fiber, whole grains, beans, vegetables and fruits, help detoxification, 25-30 grams per day. Kitchen tips, maximize nutrient retention. Temperature control for frying beef. Use a kitchen thermometer to measure. When the internal temperature of the beef reaches 55-7 stun, it is time to remove the beef from the pan. At this time, the protein denaturation is moderate and the heme iron retention rate is more than 85. Arugula salad pretreatment. Soak the arugula in clean water for 10 minutes in advance to remove surface impurities. Drain the water and then mix to avoid nutrient loss. Pumpkin seed storage method. Put the raw pumpkin seeds you bought home into a sealed can and put them in the refrigerator which can be stored for 3 months to avoid oxidation and deterioration. Salmon thawing tips. After taking it out of the freezer, slowly thaw it in the refrigerator about 12 hours, which retains 30 more omega-3 fatty acids than thawing it in running water. Obstacles to sexual happiness. After the age of 70 or 60, in addition to diet, these factors are also quietly making trouble. Even if you eat the right food, you may encounter other obstacles. Only by understanding these factors can you protect your sexual health in all aspects. 1. Side effects of drugs. The drugs you take may make you unable to get hard. Antihypertensive drugs. Some diuretics such as hydrocortisone and beta blockers such as propranolol and affect nerve conduction and blood flow, leading to erectile difficulties. Data show that about 25% of men who take traditional antihypertensive drugs for a long time will experience CD. Antidepressants, 5-hydroxycantramin reuptake inhibitors such as fluoxetine, may suppress sexual desire and erectile response, with an incidence of about 15-30. Statins, long-term use may reduce testosterone levels, and it is recommended to regularly test blood lipids and hormone indicators. Coping strategies. If you are taking the above drugs and have erectile problems, do not stop taking them without authorization. Consult a doctor in time, and adjust the medication plan, such as switching to antihypertensive drugs that have less impact on sexual function, such as amlodipine. to hidden influence of chronic diseases, diabetes and hypertension are the accomplices. Diabetes, high blood sugar can damage vascular endothelial cells and nerves, leading to penile vascular stenosis and nerve conduction disorders. Studies have shown that the incidence of ED in diabetic patients is 3 times that of normal people, and the age of onset is 10-15 years earlier. Hypertension can lead to arteriosclerosis, and the small arteries supplying the penis are particularly susceptible to involvement. About 60% of hypertensive patients have varying degrees of decreased erectile function. High blood lipids, elevated low-density lipoprotein LDL, will form plaques on the blood vessel wall. When the penile artery plaque is blocked by more than 50, the erectile function will be significantly impaired. Screening recommendations: men over 60 years old should have a physical examination at least once a year, focusing on the following. Fasting blood sugar normal 6.1 mol. Blood pressure ideal value 120/80 mHg. For blood lipids LDL recommended 3.4 mol. Testosterone level fasting test in the morning normal 3.5 ml. 3. Invisible critical attack of psychological factors. Anxiety is more harmful to sex than aging. Many men attribute erection problems to physical aging, but ignore the influence of psychological factors. Emotions such as anxiety, depression, and inferiority will directly inhibit sexual response. The brain is the commander-in-chief of sexual response. When psychological pressure is high, the brain will secrete stress hormones, such as cortisol, inhibit the release of gonadotropin, and thus reduce testosterone levels. At the same time, anxiety can cause sympathetic nerve excitement and vasoconstriction, which will aggravate erection difficulties and form a vicious cycle of anxiety, poor erection, more anxiety. Real case: after a failed erection, 63-year-old Jew was overly nervous every time he had sex, and he could no longer get an erection. After psychological counseling, cognitive behavioral therapy, and dietary adjustments, he gradually let go of his psychological burden and recovered normal erections after 3 months. 8. Sexual Happiness Action Guide. For men over 60, start to change today. Change does not need to be achieved overnight. Master the following 5 principles to gradually get back to normal. 1 serving of vascular vegetables a day. Specific practice: there must be a high nitrate vegetable for lunch or dinner, such as rocket salad, cold beetroot, and celery fried meat. Alternatives: if you can't buy rocket, you can use lettuce 120 mg of nitrate per 100 grams and lettuce 80 mg instead. Advanced skills: try to eat vegetables raw or stir-fry quickly, and avoid long-term stewing. Nitrates will lose more than 40 at high temperatures. To grass-fed beef twice a week. Consumption amount: 150 grams each time, about the size of the palm, to 3 times a week. Cooking method: stew, braise, less sugar, fry in olive oil, avoid deep frying. Pairing suggestion: beef raw cheese 20 grams. Promote vitamin K to absorption and protect blood vessels. 3. A handful of pumpkin seeds every day. Consumption amount: 20-30 grams, about a small handful, equivalent to about 100 seeds. Time choice: add to oatmeal porridge for breakfast or as an afternoon snack. Note: raw or low temperature baking, no salt, sugar, and other seasonings. For sunbathing, 3 times a week. Time: 10 a.m. to p.m., 15-20 minutes each time. Exposed parts: face, arms, cavities. No sunscreen. Ultraviolet rays need to directly contact the skin. Alternative: in winter or rainy weather, supplement 5000 IU vitamin D3 capsules every day. 5. Pelvic exercise once a day. Kegel exercise: contract the anal and perineal muscles. Hold for 5 seconds, relax for 5 seconds. Repeat 20 times, 3 sets per day. This can strengthen the pelvic floor muscles and improve pelvic blood circulation, which is very important for maintaining an erection. Walking: brisk walking for 40 minutes every day, at a speed that is able to talk but not sing, promotes blood circulation throughout the body, including the pelvic blood vessels. IX inspiration from an 80-year-old patient. Sexual health is a lifelong lesson. Last year, an 82-year-old patient, Lao Wang, came to the clinic. He was vigorous and spoke loudly. And he didn't look like an 80-year-old at all. He told me that he started to pay attention to diet and exercise at the age of 60. Now he can not only maintain a regular sex life, but also climb 5 floors every day without panting. One Lao Wang's longevity diet revealed. Breakfast: oatmeal porridge, boiled eggs, cold arugula. Lunch: grass-fed beef, fried broccoli, brown rice. Dinner: steamed sea bass, quinoa, rice, spinach. Snacks: pumpkin seeds, blueberries. Drink a cup of green tea every day, rich in tea polyphenols, antioxidant. To his 3 core principles. Diverse diet: never eat only vegetarian or meat. Ensure more than 12 kinds of food every day, more than 25 kinds of food every week. Young mentality: maintain close interaction with your spouse. Travel regularly and do not regard yourself as an old man. Regular physical examination: do a comprehensive physical examination every year. And adjust your lifestyle and diet in time. Lao Wang's story made me realize that aging is not the end of sexual happiness, but the starting point of smarter health management. The body after 60 is like a car that has been running for many years. As long as it is regularly maintained and the right fuel is added, it can still run steadily and far. Your second spring may be just 1 meal away. If today's article makes you realize the importance of diet for erection, if it gives you hope to regain your confidence, please share this knowledge with your friends around you. Many men over 60 are silently enduring erection problems, but they don't know that the problem may be at the table. Finally, I want to tell you, it's never too late to change. Starting from tomorrow's breakfast, put grass-fed beef, arugula, and pumpkin seeds on the table to provide your body with sufficient nutritional support. You will be surprised to find that the powerful self has never really left. When you are 70 years old, you can still have a strong erection, not to prove anything, but to tell yourself, I still love life and still have the ability to embrace intimacy and passion. This is the real gift given to us by time.